Good morning, people from the UK. This is the Cutting Room. I am your butcher. This is the Antisocial Network. And I'm talking to you. That's right, people. It is the 30 minutes after Money in the Bank. And yeah, wrestling, people. It's not for everyone. But when you like something, you like something, isn't it? When you don't like it, you even like it. It's a funny thing, the wrestling business. Anyway, I'm going to tell you that it wasn't a bad affair. It really wasn't. 18,885 people turned out to London, England. Yeah? What's that? You're British, but shit. No, I'm fucking Welsh. I'm Welsh. There's a difference. And yeah, so 18,885 people turn up to watch Money in the Bank. Now, listen, right? It was fucking good. It was a good, solid pay-per-view. Good outing, considering the amount of top talent that wasn't booked. You know what I mean? We didn't have a Brock Lesnar's. We didn't have Tommaso Champions. Do you know what I mean? Listen, I'm gonna say a solid amount of people were not even, you know what I mean, get a look in. But it goes to prove what I've said. The other promotions, I mean, that Mark owner's, promotion it's one big promotion with three initials that honestly needs, it just constantly needs shows. There's 5 shows now on AEW, 5 shows, and they still can't book solid. You know what I mean? I don't care what anyone says. You know what I mean? I like wrestling. I like wrestling. But anyway, Money in a Bank, people. 18,885 people. Um, O2. Well set out, and camera angles were perfect. Um, I'm a big fan of entrances. Big fan of entrances. I don't like short ramps, but I loved what they did with the snake-like ramp. Snake-like walkway, really, really cool. Yeah, it was cool. So I mean, I watched the kickoff show. I'm not a fan of kickoff shows, really not. I kind of think, if you watch wrestling, you kind of get the gist and you know what you're gonna watch. But they just waffle on and go on and on and on. And listen, unless you're actually watching someone that you can relate to, you know what I mean, a former superstar, you know what I mean. It's then it's not worth watching, is it? Three people, hello people, how are we? Rose Marshall, lovely, lovely, lovely. Yeah, I mean, listen, right? I felt this card when I looked at it. I thought, you know what? Give it the benefit of the doubt. And the benefit of the doubt I was a bit harsh, even with the benefit of the doubt. So we kick it off right with the men's Money in the Bag. I wasn't surprised because I felt if they were going to give an opportunity to cash it in, it was going to need to be first or second. Um, I got the main event right. I mean, it was always going to be Roman and Solo versus the Usos, and yeah, what a main event. Um, so I mean, we set it off with men's Money in the Bank. Brawling Brutes, Pete Dunne, LA Knight. Yeah. No. Damian Priest, Ricochet, Logan Paul. Listen, right. This, it went down. It went down. I watched it with my little girl, 10 years old. Wrestling fanatic. She loves it. She loves it. And I mean, we're sat here and I'm watching it, and I listen. I'm not over analyzing anything. I mean, I've been guilty of that for a fair few years, doing podcasts on wrestling, and you overanalyze. You don't appreciate it for what it is. And I mean, I don't watch wrestling anything like I used to. I don't. I like it. I keep it. You know what I mean. I keep an eye on it. But listen, I ain't got 7, 8, 9 hours a week to watch wrestling. I have, but I'd rather, you know what I mean, sit in a dark room under the stairs where I belong. It's what it is. It's like a filthy hobbit, isn't it? Um, but yeah, I mean, I watched it and I was just like, I was picking some of the spots out and that, and I did. I seen it. I said exactly this exact words I said. The one that's gonna make the mistake and botch, or not botch because it wasn't a botch. I just felt they got tangled and it went horribly wrong, and that was Logan Paul. Um, they came off the ladders. LA Knight I felt wasn't his best night. Really wasn't his best night. He was the odds-on favourite going in. We expected him to do so. There was a few spots in there which he kind of didn't make himself look great. It's not knocking the guy. I mean, Jesus, these matches ain't easy to kind of, you know, cover up mistakes or anything like that. There was a repositioning of the ladder where he readjusted it twice, maybe three times. It was the bit with Phantasma, um, and who was on the ladder? Can't remember who was the other one, but it was, and they basically set it up so that you know someone would take the bump, and it left the last ladder, and LA Knight pushed the ladder. Ricochet and Logan Paul basically went on to the second. They basically got tangled up. Um, the ladders were already positioned outside where Priest and Logan Paul had set them up for a bump that was going to take place, and it was there. They were blatantly set up for that bump. Ricochet went for a Spanish fly, and yeah, he just didn't get hold of Logan Paul. Logan, you could see Ricochet was more on the top rope, where Logan was kind of stuck between this. Is one of his feet was on the second, and the other one was on the top, so he was lopsided. I mean, I'm fucking glad. I'm glad he didn't. It was he got hurt. You could tell because his shoulder was all cut up. I think he's had stitches. Looked like another Hardcore Holly when he took on Rob Van Dam. When Hardcore Holly got a complete laceration on his back where the table had splintered. Um, but yeah, uh, Paul. I mean, yeah, he's all right, and that's the main thing. Like all over him, that guy's. I don't like him. I just think he's a dick. But businessman, can't knock him. Listen, that guy can go. That guy can go. Um, and what that guy does is he he's money. He's money. He's not afraid to take a bump. He's eager, and that's what you want. Um, I felt if there was one person that was going to get caught out, it was him, because I feel a match of that stature, you've got your spots, got to be clean. And I just felt that kind of reckless stunt man, like with what who he is. I felt that he was going to be the one that was going to try that one holy shit moment, and it be fucked. He wasn't on his own in it. Ricochet went for it. Ricochet's not, you know what I mean. Ricochet's not renowned at all for making mistakes. I mean, I've watched that guy in some tear ups with Progress Wrestling, Lucha Underground, AAA. He don't make mistakes. He's relatively clean, and I've seen him hit a shit ton of Spanish flies. You know, but that was just a mishap of tangle up on the ropes, and they'd obviously committed to the bump, and yeah, they had to go through with it, and just it's just one of them, really. Anyone that says that it's a complete and utter botch and dangerous is an absolute fucking tool. Um, but that's just my opinion. What do I know, eh? Um, Whoever's watching this, welcome to the stream, welcome to the live. I can't really see who's hang on, let me just see. Bear with me, people. No, I can't fucking hang on. There we go. Right. So yeah, I mean, listen, the match went on. There was a few nice spots in there. It was a good outing. Um, and we thought LA Knight was going to come out on top. Sadly, people, if you've not seen this, I don't really want to put out any spoilers. But if you don't want any spoilers, don't watch this. Um, so I mean, Damian Priest, he is your Money in the Bank winner. You know what? Lad deserves it. You know, he get a fucking brilliant entrance. I like the guy. Big fan of Priest. He hasn't lost any momentum at all. After Backlash, which was hell of a fair in Puerto Rico with Bad Bunny, that was decent. I had a match a couple of weeks ago with Seth Rollins, which obviously was whether it was all, story writing for WWE's and booking's been fantastic as of late. Well, not as of late, last 3 years, solid. They've done a great job. Shake-ups have done a world of good there. Um, you know, and this is no difference. Um, so I mean, he came out on top, cashed it in. Thought there would have been a bit more, kind of back and forth at the end, but it is what it is. We don't moan about it. So yeah, Damian Priest, Money in the Bank. When does he cash in? I do not know. But when do you think he'll cash in? That's the question, people. You comment below. Um, get this video shared, people, as well, please. And we need to start getting some proper views. So if you like wrestling about, I don't know yet whether I'm going to put a full on wrestling show. So if you want it, I can give it you, but I'm not going to do it if people don't want it. Um, so the second match up, people. The second match up was the women's tag. Exactly. That's what I thought. And women's tag, it is what it is. And you know what, right? Listen, if you if you don't pay attention to it and you have no interest in it, you're just gonna watch it for what it is. And for what it was, people, holy shit. Do you know what? I got a shock factor. I got shock first. I got chills. I didn't get chills as in chills, you know what I mean? But Shayna Baszler finally turned on Ronda. And listen, people, it just happened. There was no altercations between the two. He just didn't. You didn't see it coming. You didn't see it coming, and that's it, people. That's what I like. organic turns. And there it was. Ronda looked shocked. Liv Tyler looked shocked. It wasn't a bad affair, if I'm honest. I just wish they'd kind of give the women's tags a little bit more love in terms of having some fucking women tag matches, women tag teams. I don't want to see fucking Natalia having a different partner every couple of months, and blah de blah de blah. Yeah, So I mean, we had that. Raquel and Liv once again, your women's tag team champions. Um, we had the third match of the night, which was uh, Gunter and you're very, very much stoned. Um, stoned. No, he wasn't. It was. You know what? I'm gonna be controversial, people, and I'm gonna say this was my worst match of the night. You know what? Gunter is human, as we bloody well thought he wasn't. He is human and he can make mistakes. I am just checking something, people. Just bear with me. Um, so I'm gonna make sure. Don't you just bloody hate? So yeah, I mean, Gunter gets his Ring General announcement from Imperium, and I absolutely love the entrance for Imperium. No, honestly, it's just I'm a absolute. I don't like using the term mark because I don't consider myself one. Um, I'm a wrestling fan, and I am unbiased, and I live by the motto: nothing is safe from my tongue. Um, and listen, anything, nothing is safe. I don't blow smoke up anything's ass. Um, you're not off the criticism reel. If I can criticize you, I will. So yeah, I mean, we got Gunter, Matt Riddle. Gunter won by submission. Like I said, this was a 7 minute match, people. 7 minute match. We gave 20. I'm just looking now on the screen. Um, we give 20 minutes to the men's Money in the Bank. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, Ronda Rousey and Shayna. That got 9 minutes. 7 minutes, people. 7 minutes were given to Gunter and Matt Riddle. Gunter, right? Gunter has 4 matches, right? 4 matches were all nominated in the top 20 matches within the of the last 5 years. 4 matches in 5 years. Two of which were against Sheamus. And he gets 7 minutes. Riddle shouldn't have even been in that match. Shouldn't have even been in that match. Um, Drew McIntyre made his return at the end. I kind of wish that. Yeah, I don't know. You see, this is a difficult one for me because I want to see Drew booked, but for me, um, they could have dropped this Riddle thing a fair few weeks ago and gone for the run-in with Drew leading up to this. For the sake of 7 minutes, it just wasn't worth the effort and the time on TV. I mean, the next matchup, for instance, yeah, sorry, Gunter won, people. Gunter won by submission. Um, uh, Punishment to the suspected broken ankle, Matt Riddle. Yeah, it's no, it was the worst match of the night. Um, Cody Rhodes versus Dominic Mysterio and Mammy Rhea Ripley. Listen, this was only 8 minutes, 8 minutes 40 seconds. Cody's entrance, mwah, bellissimo. Dominic, pure heat, loved it. Um, British fans, really, really hardcore fan base, people. I mean, listen, right? What is it? Right, we've got fans on here from all around the world. Now, I get it, right? I get it how fans can be just. I no, I don't get how fans can just sit there and be good. You know what I mean? When I said good, well behaved, British fans are unhinged. They're unhinged. Um, yeah, I mean, there was a lot of moments in there with the British fans were chanting. Yeah, some heated stuff. Um, Cody Rhodes, Dominic Mysterio. Dominic gets the pure heat. Um, Cody calls Dominic's bluff, rips off his cast. Cody hasn't got a broken hand anymore. And Dominic tries to obviously run away. Doesn't happen. Um, Rhea has a few little bit kind of things. He tries to get away with a few things in the match. Doesn't happen. Doesn't happen. Cody really wrapped it up pretty quick. Dominic really didn't have any, you know what I mean, any real time on Cody. Um, that was that really. Um, and we went on to the Money in the Bank women's, people. Women's Money in the Bank didn't see this one coming. I really didn't. It was one that I would have liked, but if you'd have said to me the result was going to be the result, ah, no, no. As always, though, I'm just going to say, uh, listen, I called a few spots and it were going to go wrong, and they fucking did. This match consisted of Bayley, Becky Lynch, Trish Stratus, Selena Vega, Zoe Stark, the real man, and Io Sky. Now, people, Trish Stratus, okay. Let me just say, right? I've never rated her. Never, never understood it. Tits and ass. That's it. You know, she's the World Wrestling Federation slash Entertainment. Vince McMahon. Um, she's a wet dream. She is. You know, as well as most of the others, your Tony Wilsons, your Stacey Keeblers, the long list of bikini wearing, you know what I mean? You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Dave Burnham knows what I mean. You all know what I mean. You know, you've all sat there with the WWE mag back in the day, and you know your Playboy mags and your wet dream posters and things. You've gone through some Kleenex, people, and you women, you know. Um. So I mean, listen, right? There was some spots in this, but there was moments in it where you just felt they've really lost what this match is about. And I mean, this people was an 18-minute affair, of which I reckon they spent 6 minutes, one camera angle focused on three people. Them three people were Becky Lynch, Zoe Stark, and Bailey, right? This consisted of a back and forth, back and forth. Handcuffs were taken. Now, one handcuff was put on Becky Lynch. They tried to handcuff her to the turnbuckles, and she breaks three. You know what I mean? She takes the two of them out. Trish wielded a she broke her nose. You know what I mean? And I called it way before the match really got started. She was going to be the one that botched. Not the first time she's broke her nose in the ring. She did that back in um, the Attitude Era. Um, Accidents happen. Trish Stratus shouldn't be anywhere near the ring. That's my opinion, and my opinion is mine, and I don't care what you think. Um, you know, that's just it in a nutshell. I thought Bailey was going to win, and then the shit happens, people. The shit happens. Becky Lynch finds her way back into the ring. Um, you know, what are you missing out, people? Selena didn't have a lot to do. She did a nice somersault, power bomb. Um, very, very kind of like her cousin, Amazing Red, which they actually said. Um, shout they were plugging a lot of people tonight. Um, yeah, so I mean, you see the back and forth between Bailey and Becky Lynch. This is before Io Sky is about to climb the ladder, and Bailey tips the ladder. Now, if you don't know, Io Sky, Bailey are part of Damage Control, so there was some heat getting ready to kick off. But that goes by, and then we're seeing the ladder set up. Bailey on one side, Becky Lynch on the other. Io Sky's kind of getting her bearings, and she leans through the ladder, people, grabs Bailey's hand, grabs Becky Lynch's hand, and she handcuffs them together, allowing Io Sky to climb over Bailey, make her way up the ladder. And she is, people. She's your new women's Money in the Bank. I wouldn't, if you just said to me, you know, that's your winner. I wouldn't. No, no, mm-mm, never in a million years. Um, so this is what I'm saying. WWE are doing things, people. They're doing things. Um, John Cena. John Cena walks out, people. Um, London, England goes mad. London, England goes mad. There's no John Cena sucks or anything like that. They love the guy. And he walks out, he praises the crowd, he says he respects them, blah, 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 blah. And he creates what will now be a movement in the UK to host WrestleMania. That's right, people. That's right. And that's me talking to you, America, and Canada and Japan and everywhere around the world. You know, if the passion show in the UK with 18,000, you stick 80,000 people in the UK and give them the WrestleMania. We will put on the best WrestleMania ever. Fact. Okay. Um, Big things are going to happen in the next couple of years around in the UK, Europe, um, with wrestling, and especially with WWE's platform. They've made it no secret that they want to push the European products, which is why they shut NXT UK down. Yeah, it is what it is, people. You can't moan about it. But yeah, Cena came out, was interrupted by Grayson Waller. Waller comes out, does a little back and two, really. You know what I mean? Well, I like Waller on a mic. Um, I like him in the ring, to be honest. He's a funny character. Um, he's a natural. Great on the mic. Great on the mic. I'd love to see a faction, to be honest with you, with Waller and a few others. Um, yeah, we'll see. We'll see good things from that lad. Um, Next up, people, Seth freaking Rollins and Finn Balor. Great entrance. Rollins basically music finishes, and he stands on the ring apron with his arms out, soaking it up. No music, just the fans singing. Exactly the same with Cody. You know, the fans were singing over the entrance music. Um, yeah, great back and forth. Um, uh, 12 minutes, 30 seconds. You know, I kind of wish hadn't have seen, um, Damian Priest. Damian Priest made a bit of a made his way to the ring. Um, Basically did exactly the same as what Finn did to him a couple of weeks ago in Damian's title match against Seth Rollins, where Finn basically cost Damian, so Damian repaid the favor. Um, yeah, I was a bit yes, you know, I could possibly have seen Damian cashing it in on Rollins, um, but no, we've got to wait. Um, So yeah, no title change, and then we got this. Oh, it's a banger. It was a banger, people. The Usos, Jey Russo, Jimmy Uso defeated Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, Paul Heyman, Bloodline Civil War. Now, I gotta be honest, don't know what the fuck the name was. Bloodline Civil War, because there were no fucking gauntlets. There was no clicking fingers. There was nothing really. Paul Heyman, even earlier on in the night, shed a few tears to say that it was going to be career ending, game changing. It was going to be a mess. So I was expecting a fucking bloodbath. Well, you know what I mean? I was even expecting maybe a couple of run-ins. Um, at one point, I even thought, fucking hell, could Abel pull one here and get Brock Lesnar involved, and whatever. Yeah, you know, um, Roman kind of gives one of the belts or whatever to Brock. You know what I mean? That type of thing. But no, we didn't get that. But it doesn't really that doesn't really affect what went on. Um, they were back and forth. It's nice to see Solo really get his time. There were moments in there when I was saying, it's got to happen. This has got to happen. We've got to see Solo do something. I don't know. And there was that moment where Roman looks kind of diminished and he's giving up, and Solo just looks at him and basically, you know what I mean? He pulls him through it, and um, it was a good back and forth match. Lot of aggressiveness in there. Shows of masculinity, alpha male status. Um, Solo went to put Jay through a table. And no, Jimmy through a table. Jimmy moves. Solo goes through the table, allowing the Usos to you know, get on the front foot against Roman, which they do. They beat him down. Jay, it's a super kick on Roman, and then it's a super kick on um, Solo as he's getting back onto the apron, um, allowing the Usos to, yeah, put Roman to bed. You know, yeah, and then that's basically that really. I can't see how that puts anything to bed personally. I think we're still gonna see, but we'll probably see Jimmy versus Roman. Um, or listen, I don't know. One of each will face The other two, um, it will either be Jay or Jimmy versus Roman, and then whichever one doesn't face Roman will face Solo. That's my shout for SummerSlam. Um, but yeah, I think whatever happens there, I'm just looking forward to SummerSlam now. I really am, because this is all these have piqued my interest. We know Gunther now is going to face Drew at SummerSlam. Damien, obviously, he's got the briefcase. LA Knight, I will probably say will face Logan Paul at SummerSlam. Um, we'll probably get Ronda versus Shayna SummerSlam. Um, be interesting to see what happens with Cody, because I know we're not going to see Dominic again versus Cody. So I don't know whether Cody will get um, a fresh booking. I don't know. Um, but yeah, it just remains. I'm interested to see what comes now. I don't know what you lot think. Get this video shared, people. We need more people to come into this group. It's organic. It's organic. You know, there's no politics here. We don't do politics. We don't do religion. Um, we're just people's people. We're just people's people. This is a free place for you to converse. Um, and that's it. That's it. I'm me. You're you. I'm Butcher. That's it. Um, I like to make everyone happy, welcome, smile. Um, got another show with myself and Rob Wild. Um, what's the difference between the UK and America? And listen, we discuss food, and we might even discuss hand jobs. We might as well. Breast size. I mean, that's not really a difference, but you know, cereal, chocolate bars, food, beverages, you know. Um, yeah, the law, people. I am the law. You know what I mean? Um, that's one that's coming up, people, on the next episode of What's the Difference. We're going to discuss the laws between the UK and the United States, the justice system. Um, you know, um, Yeah, but I've got a few things on the back burner. Just got to get a few things sorted. Few personal issues. Few personal issues. Nothing really. But yeah, I've got to get. Show you. See that room there? That's gonna be the office. It's got a good sorting out to do. Um, we moved from a big house to a small house, and yeah, we got way too much shit. But yeah, that's all going to get sorted. And then I want to release a TV movie review show, um, slash gaming. Um, want to get me game streaming back up and running through Twitch. Um, um, yeah, a wrestling show. Um, not always about weekly reviews. I can do weekly reviews. You know what I mean? Just the quick run throughs, really. But I want to do something. I was watching it tonight, and I was watching the kickoff show, or just before the kickoff show. Can't remember what they call it, the bump, whatever it's called. And they were doing a fantasy money in the bank, money in the bank, where they had to pick five superstars of any era. They got it wrong. They fucking proper got it wrong. I wish I'd have even thought of it, because this would have been a blinder. And they picked like they had a board on the right hand side, and then they had the five Money in the Bank competitors. The Money in the Bank competitors ended up being Scott Steiner, Brooklyn Brawler, Andre the Giant, Yokozuna, and the Big Boss Man. Out of all the superstars you could have had, that's what you have. Um, you know, um, I was screaming I was screaming for Savage, you know, honestly, Steve Austin's never been in one, you know, Ricky Steamboat, um, fucking hell, it's honestly some of the shit. But anyway, Yokozuna went and won the fantasy, um, Money in the Bank. Yeah, so and I was just sat there thinking, dude, there's so much shit I could do, you know, with fantasy wrestling. But yeah, that's an idea, people. If you like that idea, leave a comment. Let me know you're watching. Let me know you're following. Um, and yeah, any requests? Yeah, let us know. Anyway, people, I love you. The Antisocial Network loves you. You are watching me, and you can find me on the Antisocial Network every week. Or you can find me every day if you want me every day. No, you don't. Anyway, people, much love. Peace out. Keep it real. You stay classy. Antisocial Network.